Redskins, Eagles. This one got weird early. The Eagles were getting shoved around 17-0. It was the Case Keenum show. And then Carson Wentz said, let me just chuck this thing deep to Deshaun. Look at number 10 doing what he has done for all of our lives. He'll do it for all of our children's lives. No big deal. 58.4 air yards on the touchdown. So they got it once. Does lightning strike 2 times, my friends? The Eagles are still down in the third quarter. It's like the same play in the same spot. Got it again.
250-plus-yard touchdown.
Ridiculous. Wentz did not throw deep last year. He's literally doing somersaults through the Redskins defense.
Look at them.
Philly just decided to crack open a can, and let's get Alshon involved. This one went down as a rushing touchdown. Sorry, Carson Wentz fantasy owners. That was Alshon's first rushing touchdown of his career.
Wow.
They went down 17-0 and then absolutely destroyed him. Josh McCown there because, of course, he is. Philadelphia put on a show, 32-27, going away. And guys, Deshaun and Alshon, you won't believe what happened. They balled. Oh. Guess what they got?
What happened?
The call.
Oh.
Take it away, Prime.
First one.
What's the difference of this team than your previous teams?
Man, honestly, the mentality here, man, the past, 4, 5, 6, however many years I've been going, I've been preaching to everybody that it's the mentality here that you know, these guys in the locker room, and, you know, it's a trigger effect coming from the owner. You know, he's really passionate about winning, and, you know, it's a mentality. We go out there regardless of the score. You know, and I've been in other places where you get down, touchdown, 2 touchdowns, man, boys be tucking their tails. But, you know, here I feel like the mentality is very different. Regardless, like Alshon just said, regardless of the score, we feel confident in ourselves to go out there and get the job done. We just feel like it's a special year, man. A lot of people, you know, got us hyped up or whatever the case may be, but we know what it's going to take to go out there and get it done. It's going to be a long season, week in and week out, and we just taking it, you know, one game at a time. We're not looking ahead of it. We're not looking at the Super Bowl. Obviously, that's what we want to get to. But, you know, we taking it one game at a time. We feel like we got a lot of firepower in this locker room, man. We just excited about the year, man.
And one more thing, y'all. Everybody can keep overlooking us as the best receiving corps. We're going to chill and sit back,
Feel
do
me?
our thing.
As with this team yesterday, they certainly are special, and it's death taxes, and Deshaun Jackson balls out against his former teams. Time now for Will Selva, welcoming him in from Culver City to give us all of the headlines we need to know on a Monday.
Absolutely, and there have been plenty of headlines from this weekend, Kay and guys, and adding injury to insult. One of the casualties from the Patriots' drubbing of the Steelers was wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster. Juju suffering a toe injury toward the end of the game. Head coach Mike Tomlin saying the injury will be further evaluated during the week, although Juju told reporters he expects to be back on the field when Pittsburgh hosts Seattle. He had 6 grabs for 78 yards. He was targeted 8 times. Another injury to keep your eye on is the one Bengals running back Joe Mixon suffered against those Seahawks. NFL Network's Tom Pelissero reporting it is believed to be a sprained ankle. Mixon will have tests done on it, but early reports are characterized as optimistic. Mixon had only 6 carries for 10 yards before going down with the injury. LaShawn McCoy playing in his first game with the Chiefs on Sunday. Shady part of a unit that churned out 491 total yards against the Jaguars, as we showed you. He had 81 yards rushing on 10 carries. McCoy spoke with our James Palmer about seeing this offense up close for the first time.
It's a track meet, and we worked hard in Buffalo, but there's no work ethic like the guys in that locker room. It's amazing. It's the way the guys run every day, every practice, give it 110%. It's a track meet, literally, up and down. So, and they're young. They got a lot of energy. So just kind of learning the offense, trying to compete with them guys day in, day out. That's probably been the biggest challenge.
And the Chiefs, by the way, have scored 25-plus points in 22 consecutive games. That is the longest streak in NFL history. And we mentioned Shady. He calls it a track meet. Damian Williams scored. Sammy Watkins scored. It's like Shady had a quiet game with all these other weapons and embarrassment of riches. It is ridiculous how this offense looks. Looked really good.
Right about that. Well, we appreciate it. We'll check back in with you a little bit later. Speaking of embarrassment of riches.
What do you got?
Let's talk about this game right here, Giants, Cowboys. There's Jerry Jones, and there's Zeke Elliott. He went from Zeke who to Zeke you gonna get a whole bunch of money. Dak Prescott dropping back. Who's he looking for? Amari Cooper. Amari out there like Atari because he got that old school game.
That's
okay,
Amari.
I see you doing your thing. Dak Prescott, they're up 28-10 at this point. Who is that? That's Ezekiel Elliott. Eat twice. He's nice. He gets in for the touchdown. He had 13 rushes, 53 yards in the TD. Dak Prescott, though, 25 for 32, 405, and 4 TDs. How about that? Within the division, they smack up the Giants 35-17. And here is Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott after the game talking about the inevitable.
Money!
He will be getting.
But I'm turning the page, and I'm worried about the Washington Redskins. I have people that handle that, and my focus is on this team, on the football game. And I think as long as I can keep continuing to do that, this team will do things like we did tonight. And as I said, that's been out of my focus for the past week, and I told you guys that.
We're just where you always are when until you sign something. We're just sitting down there and going through it. So, listen, we're just again not talking about any of the details of the agreement, but and won't talk about those details. And it's like anything else; those things come quick.
Is that the sound of a Brinks truck backing up to Dak Prescott, guys? Time for the wake-up call presented by Verizon. Looking at Dak Prescott's numbers his last 5 games against the Giants, he certainly likes facing them, and he did something yesterday that Aikman and Romo never did. He finished a game with a perfect passer rating, over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. It seems like every time somebody doubts Dak, he rises to the occasion. We saw this offense at its full potential yesterday, Shriggs.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that Jerry came out and said that, and Dak saying that, and Dak threw for 400 yards in this game. If there was any conflict between agent and team, or if there was any strife, I don't think they'd be saying, roll out the ball, keep on throwing. It's almost like it justifies the deal when they do give it to him. There is a lot of dancing in this and how these things get done, but I look at the offensive coordinator, too, and Kellen Moore.
What a game.
And Dak Prescott had an incredible week 1. If you're not aware of Kellen Moore, he's 31 years old. He was the Boise State quarterback. He was the quarterback's coach after being a backup quarterback in the league for a long time. They scored on 5 consecutive drives. Dak looked amazing, and he will get that new contract. He will make, and there won't be as many eyebrows raised as there were 2 weeks ago because look what he's already done. And that's how this works. Jerry and Todd France have been working almost together on this one to make it happen, and Dak bet on himself a little bit, saying, I'm going to show up in week 1. I'm going to ball out, and you know what? It justifies the deal.
That was an incredible performance.
It was awesome.
It was a Rembrandt. I mean, that was almost like a perfect game. It looked at one point like he was going to have 3 100-yard receivers with Gallup and Amari. And I mean, that was unbelievable.
Bob.
And yet, if I'm Dak, like, I would not have come out at halftime without a new contract. Just stay in the locker room, go in the stall, pick up your feet so they don't see you. Because, guys, Daniel Jones made more money yesterday than Dak Prescott. And Alex Tanney, the third-string Giants quarterback, is in the same ballpark. So right now, after dropping one of the best games of my career and one of the biggest, there is a meme where there is a gentleman in, I guess it's a pimp suit, walking into a restaurant, and he just kind of walks in, and he's just like, here's Dak entering the negotiations right now. Like, Dak, go get paid. Go get all the money in the world. That was an incredible game.
Pay the man.
Hey, listen, let me pose a question,
Yes.
and not to the table. Let me get my camera. Where am I at? Let me talk to you, for everybody at home. So tell me again why Dak Prescott doesn't deserve to get $30+ million, 35 maybe. Go ahead. No, wait.
He's not elite.
I got all the time in the world. But you know who doesn't have all the time in the world? Jerry Jones. Because the longer you wait and the better that Dak Prescott plays, you're going to have to pay this man big. You're going to have to back up that Brinks truck, and all of that money that you've been saving, those crumbs that's falling off that pie, you're going to have to give him everything. And you know what? I hope Dak Prescott goes up there and holds you guys to every single red cent for making him wait. He's been a company dude. He showed up on time. He's done everything you want to do, and not to mention, he played the perfect game in a moment that was bigger than any other game for him in his career. He's going to break off the team as well as he should.
He's betting on himself, and he's one of those guys that's good at that. We know what he's done before, 14 game-winning drives. This performance, which was of personal importance to you, as you noted. Remember when he took on Russell Wilson in the Seahawks last year? Like, he is good in these weird, clutch, put-me-in-a-corner moments. So you're on notice, NFC. I know the Eagles looked good, but this is going to be
and those two are going to meet.
Division race. Yeah, let's talk NFC North. We saw our first taste on Thursday night. Let's not talk about that. Nope. Instead, Dalvin Cook, he's healthy.